First of all, let me talk about pyramids, because I want to go back a little bit in history. So in the 1900s to 1920s, there were these things called department stores that were just coming on. Now, before department stores, you would have a haberdashery, you'd have a whip buggy maker, you'd have a ladies' corset shop, you'd have a shoemaker, you'd have all these little shops, right? And they were little craft industries, and people were getting along okay. And then I think it was J.C. Penney, which is a big name, came along and decided, well, instead of 5 little shops with 5 attendants and all this stuff, I'm going to get one big shop, and we'll call it a department store, and we'll have departments, and we'll have all this stuff for sale, but we'll have one building and one overhead, blah, blah, blah. Well, it worked real good. As a matter of fact, it worked so good that it was almost made illegal. Now you might go, wow, that's pretty severe. Well, it is, because it was putting people out of jobs, theoretically. And then we have a similar discussion going on today with big box, they call them big box stores like Walmart and Warehouse and Target. They move into a community, and of course the buggy maker and the ladies' corset maker scream because they've got a similar quality, maybe better, maybe worse quality, but a lower price. And of course that is going to upset their business as usual. Perfect. Let's fast forward to the 1950s and 60s. And by the way, it was not made illegal in the United States, and clearly here as well. And so they're flourishing. And the truth about those is that who can afford, we still have little specialty craft shops. You might have a jeweler, but people go to these bigger stores. Why? Because less shopping, probably better prices, probably greater variety, a lot of reasons. So they're obviously popular. People want them. If they were made illegal, I think we'd all suffer. Franchises, 1950s, 1960s, similar thing. They were almost made illegal. But today, probably at least 2 out of every 3 consumer dollars goes through a franchise. Food, clothing, goods and services of all kinds go through franchises. Almost made illegal. Why? Similar reason. Network marketing was almost made illegal. Why? Similar reason. You've got a company here making something. Let's say it's a box of cereal, box of muesli. Costs, say, 50 cents to make it. Here's a store. It costs $5. You want to buy it. What goes on in between here and here? Well, it's called distribution costs. You've got a warehouse, you've got a truck going to a jobber, you've got a jobber that has a salesman who goes around to the store, and then they got to stock it in their warehouse, and then they bring it there, and they got this, and then they got the store, they got the overhead, they got the advertising, they got employee theft, they got employees, they got all this stuff going on, and that's why it's $5. But network marketing said, oh, well, just like J.C. Penney and just like franchises, we can do it better. There's an inefficiency in the system. And when there's an inefficiency in the system that you can exploit, that's a recipe for wealth creation. And what network marketing has done is simply said, you can buy it straight from the factory. And we'll cut out all those middlemen. And guess what? We'll take that money and we'll give part of it to you for doing the advertising for us. Almost made illegal. Today it's $200 billion industry, 200 million people worldwide, and it ain't illegal. Matter of fact, whether you like him or not, the guy who's running for the president of the United States, Donald Trump, wrote a book about network marketing. He actually owned a network marketing company. Oh, what a thought. So it's not going away. It's only getting bigger. Now I want to address this thing called the pyramid, because people have they still hated department stores for quite a while, and franchises have caught on. But false information can actually distort the view. That's why I encourage you to do due diligence. Get your own truth. Don't take the pre-digested stuff and figure this is the truth, because you may not be served. First of all, network marketing doesn't do advertising. And advertising is one of the largest, media and advertising, one of the largest economies or businesses on the planet. It's almost all profit. They don't make stuff, they just talk. And not taking anything away from them, but it's big, big, big business. It would be in their interest to not have network marketing get too big. But it's unstoppable because guess what? It's outside that system. This is the true alternative wealth creation. This is the alternative distribution model. If you've got a good or service, let's say you have a breakthrough product. I don't know what it does. It cleans your garage for you. Push a button and it happens. Maybe a bad example. But let's say you've got a good or a service that you want to get to market. Do you know how hard it is to go through that old distribution chain? How much money it costs just to get that product on the shelf? And that's before you sell one unit. You've got huge investment. Network marketing? No problem. People can start a network marketing company and it's all straight commissions. They have no advertising. They have no warehousing, no distribution. They make it on demand and ship it. No cash collection, no bad checks, it's a beautiful business model, and it's not going away. This thing called the pyramid is an accurate description of the government, the church, big business, the military, and I could go on and on and on. Now, the question was, what about the last guy who gets in? Well, let me ask you, if you're the last guy to get in a corporation, how well are you treated? Well, probably somewhat decently, but are you getting the private dining room and the personal chef and the private jets and the big pension and the golden handcuffs and all that at the top? That guy's getting? No. That guy at the top, I think the latest stats, at least in America, is he makes 600 times per hour than this guy makes. So if this guy makes $10 an hour, he's making $6,000 an hour. That's a pyramid. Because, and it's a rough pyramid because there's no way for this guy to get to the top. There's one job at the top. I know there's stories, folk stories about, oh, he started in the mailroom, worked his way up. Yep, happens, but it's so rare. These guys at the top had a great education. They went to a school where they connected with people of their own class, and they got these jobs because of who they know and what they know, and probably a certain amount of luck and skill. I don't want to take it away from them, but our chances, the average person, what are the chances you're going to do that? I would say forget about it. Play the lottery. Your odds are probably about as good. And that's no disrespect to lottery players. I just don't think it's a good investment. So, back to network marketing and this pyramid thing, the last person to get in. Here's the truth about network marketing. In a healthy network marketing company, 70 to 80% of the people in that company are simply consumers. They are buying goods and services because they want the good or service. They don't have any interest or a very, very light interest in the business opportunity. They're buying the product because they want the product, it's something they want and need, and it's an attractive price, and they want it through that distribution. In a healthy company, that's the vast majority of people. So are they at the bottom? Well, yeah. But they'd be going to Target and buying something possibly they didn't want. It wasn't the quality they wanted or the price they wanted. So they're getting the satisfaction of buying something that they want. Now let's talk about people who are in for the business at that bottom rung. Now here's what I know. To get into any business or any field of endeavor, you've got to pay your dues. Yeah, you got to get in and you got to learn it. And you got to start at the bottom. Only a fortunate few start at the top, and I'll bet you they don't stay at the top very long. You got to get in and you got to work your way up. Let me ask you about real estate. And I've been professional in real estate and I've been an investor in real estate. Most people that join a real estate company, guess what? They're at the bottom. They don't make much money, if any at all. What about in any other endeavor? You take plumbing. You probably got a few people at the top, do very, very well, and you got a whole bunch of people that are getting by. What about lawyers? A few people at the top doing well, a lot of people just getting by. Almost every endeavor. So this is no different, I would say. Statistically, it's no different. People at the bottom are possibly putting in less time or effort or have less skill. I won't comment on that, but here's what I know is different. I started at the bottom. Every single successful person in network marketing started at the bottom. The difference is there's a huge doorway to the top here. There's a huge doorway. And everybody who joins every legitimate company is the head of their own organization. They may be on the bottom rung of the big organization, but they're the head of their own organization. And as their organization gets bigger, they become bigger.
So here's the bottom line. Here's the thing to remember. This is the ultimate in fair business because nobody gave me anything. Nobody's going to give you anything. You build your success. The only way you get ahead here is by serving others, by helping build a team and helping them become successful. And if you do that, and you do that well, you can get very, very free here. You can get true wealth.